people of the internet? Today we are going to look at part 1 of a multiple part series of a behind the scenes wedding photography video. So this was a wedding that I recently shot photography for, and we went all the way to Kansas for it, and I brought along Jaden with me to film the behind the scenes stuff. He filmed the whole entire day, so there's a ton of stuff in it. So I'm trying to condense that down as much as possible, and I figured I would make a couple of different parts to this series, that way it wasn't like 2 hours long. So these parts can be easily digestible little nuggets of information. Just before we actually get into the actual behind the scenes footage, I just wanted to dive into a couple small little points. Point number 1 is I went in originally, no cameras, introduce myself, make yourself familiar with the couple. I always do that without bringing a camera first thing and putting a camera right in their face, especially since I knew we were filming the behind the scenes stuff. I didn't want to bombard them with cameras as soon as I got there. So I went in, introduced myself. I had already met the bride before. She had been part of another wedding, and that's why she hired me to do her wedding. So if there's a couple takeaways from this, go in without cameras first, introduce yourself, make them feel as comfortable as possible, and throughout the whole entire wedding day, make them feel as comfortable as possible. That's one of my philosophies. As a photographer or a video creator, sometimes we can get overwhelmed with all the things moving and all of the things that happen on a wedding day, but we have been through this many times before. On people's wedding day, hopefully it's their first wedding, and hopefully this will be the only wedding that they are a part of. So it's not like it's something they do all the time. So if we get stressed out about things as the photographer or the videographer, that just only intensifies all of the nervousness and the anxiousness and everything that they're feeling already. So I try to really just get that out of the way. You'll notice in the footage that I'm not getting all riled up about anything that happens throughout the day. I'm cutting out a ton of stuff that happened in the day for just these videos, but I mean, we were there for 9 or 10 hours that day. So there's a lot of stuff that happens, a lot of stuff that I'm not gonna put in here, but throughout the whole entire day, I am the thing that is not being all razzled up about anything that happens. I always try to be the constant, the thing that people can count on to be the steady thing throughout their wedding day, and that's how I think it should be. Another thing you'll see throughout this series is my communication with the videographer that was there. Now I shoot videos myself, so I know how it is working with a photographer on a wedding day, so I always try to be super thoughtful of what he's trying to capture and not stepping in his way, or if I see him getting a shot, if I need to get around him, like going around the back way, just all those little things that you think of throughout the wedding day. As a photographer working alongside a video creator that is not part of like my team or any of that, he is there, he's just as important as I am. We're all there trying to capture these people's day for them and make it as good as possible for the client. If I can help them out in any way, if I can help out the client in any way, or any of the family or any of the setup things, that's what I do. And just make sure that their day is as enjoyable as possible. Make sure whenever they look back on their wedding day, they've had a good time throughout their wedding day, getting photos done and any other parts of the actual wedding day itself. I'm also not going to try to sit here and say that everything that I did was perfect. Never is. There's things looking back now, even on the video, that I can see the day of. I was just trying to go through things and get things done. There's a lot of things I would have done differently looking back, but that happens in basically every single shoot, no matter what it is, whether it's a wedding or a fully planned out shoot. There's always things that come up and things that you make decisions on in the moment that you would have changed and done differently. So this is just something I've always wanted to do, just start providing some behind the scenes of what I actually do, how I actually operate on wedding days and other shoots going forward. There'll be a lot more content like this, so if you guys like this sort of thing, hit the like button if you liked the video, hit the subscribe button if you want more of this style stuff and a bunch of other photography, video related content, podcasting content, a bunch of different stuff, all types of creative stuff. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see anything specific from me. This is part 1 of this series. I don't know how many parts this will be broken up into yet, but there will probably be 3 or 4 kind of little sections of the wedding day, and I'll just break them up accordingly. So thank you guys for clicking on the video. Hope you like it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right. Make sure they're decent. Okay. That was the least manly knock I've ever done in my life. This is what we need the photos of. Those are the memories you want. Okay. I'm gonna grab that stuff first. Okay. So details. This is my worst part of shooting a wedding. Just for me. Is getting the stuff to look good. I'm great at making people look good, not quite as good at making things look good. Sometimes it looks terrible and you just gotta adjust from there. So we got like the window right here. Got some sweet sun on there. We're gonna try it. Just kidding. Wow. I'm gonna scoot this in on this side. Look at us. We're going. Get rid of that. This is the hardest part for me. Whole wedding day is downhill from here. So I'm using this as like a foreground thing. So there's just more interest to me anyway. Key number 1 of the wedding day, don't lose the rings. Yeah. I love to talk. Okay. Both rings are in the box. This is also why I have back problems. The orange light and then the blue light coming in from the side. Color contrast. That becomes a thing. So it looks better, to me anyway. I'm done with this. Okay, moving on. 24 to 70. This is pretty much my go-to, like everything before the ceremony whenever I have to reach people from a mile away. Lens, Sigma 24 to 70, 2.8. You get lighting like this. You don't absolutely have to use flash because there's at least some daylight in here. Good, picks it up. Usually. Bring the flash with just in case because you never know what you're walking into with a wedding, especially. This venue, fortunately, the lighting is pretty dim, but it's consistent. Where you get problems is like in here, if this was like super tungsten and then you have this daylight coming in, that's where you run into a bunch of issues because you have clashing color temperature and it's not pleasing at all. I'm gonna try to get just random shots. Get some wells going on, like environmental shots. People not stuffing their faces. They're eating right now, but that's never flattering. If you shoot weddings, don't do that. Don't be the guy that shoots people whenever they're stuffing their face full. It can be funny, but not flattering. This is where the 70-200 comes in handy, where you can just like snipe people from across the room and they don't even know you took the photo. And also using mirrors to your advantage. Mirrors suck because you got to make sure you're not in them, but like right now I can shoot her in the chair getting her hair done. She doesn't even know because I'm all the way across over here. But use it to your advantage. I guess we can get the dress too while it's over here hanging up.
Oh, yeah, that's me too when I fix my hair.
Do you care if I move this stuff off of this couch real quick? Just set it off to the side? Okay.
Yeah. You're the visionary here. Here's your playground.
I appreciate that.
I hired you because I know you take beautiful photos.
Thank you. I'm just going to set it to the side just so I can shoot some of that couch in the photo. I'm still in here if you want to karaoke it up.
Okay, good.
I'm all for it, so.
There you go. So how you like that place here? It's
I love it,
nice, huh?
yeah. As soon as we pulled in, I was like, it looks nice from the outside.
Yes, it's really nice.
Then we get in here and it's like,
Did you go upstairs
this.
already?
No.
Oh, you need to see upstairs.
Yeah.
There's a lot of outdoor space to it.
It's real windy, though.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, so we're, yeah, hopefully the wind dies down because it would be really, really cool to use outside a lot. But if it's gonna like completely mess up your hair before, we probably won't do that. We'll just save it for after. So that leads like straight outside. I think even with this shut though, like having the symmetry and hang it from up there, I might have to bring in I could bring in a flash and make sure the back's not blown out. Oh yeah. I think that's what she was just mentioning, where you could see over the whole thing. Yeah, this would be cool. Look at the chairs. I mean, I need one of these for the studio. Just like king chairs. Like half of my time is spent just like thinking of possibilities of things. This will be another challenge for just me personally. Finding ways to make the dress look flattering whenever it's made to be on a human. You guys get a pool table?
Yeah, we do.
Heck yeah.
Use it, but or does it go on?
I think it goes on the same side. It goes on, yeah.
You guys have a few minutes here?
Yeah.
We're gonna take her dress and get a couple shots of it real quick, and we'll be out. We'll be on that end.
Okay. Yeah,
so
I'll
just
stay
don't
on this
go out
side
of here.
then.
That way you don't see anything you're not supposed to yet.
Yeah.
Can you guys all come around? Like just hang out around the pool table while they're playing? We'll just get some shots of you guys.
Good break.
I'm only shooting a photo, so it's not gonna see if it's a bad shot.
No, but you gotta have a good break on the photo.
This is just how I learned. I feel like I remember.
If you want some cardio, shoot a wedding. Get the steps in. Should have brought some headphones. That way you could plug it in and monitor and hear next time. Try this without the flash. I don't want to have to run out and get it. So for this, I'm looking for, there's a ton of symmetry on this, ton of like cool looking shapes and stuff. And the room's obviously huge. So I'm doing 24 at 24 millimeters, super tall, getting that symmetry. Like this is not a depth of field shot. This is like this is the design shot. Another thing I also try to do is like shoot a couple different angles of things, because with the first angle you see might not be the best. And just move around a little bit. Shoot down. On this one I don't like shooting super low, because then the angles of those beams start going out sideways. Another thing that I do that a lot of people don't do is, instead of having like auto color temperature and stuff, I normally, unless it's really, really terrible, I will leave my white balance on daylight, especially since there's daylight coming in behind here, and then I'll correct this tone in post. That way I don't have a ton of different variations of like magenta or green or like a whole bunch of color shifts throughout the day. Everything in here is pretty consistent. So the same sort of lighting is coming in from the windows. The same sort of lighting is all over here. So I don't have to change a whole bunch of different stuff. I can just have it set and then correct it in post. That's part of the post process that doesn't add too much time. So it's not like a huge hassle to do. Take it, cool it down a little bit, and then the windows will be a little bluish, so I might mask out those windows if it's too distracting, bump those back up. Pretty simple. This dress is pretty sparkly. Jaden's now, he looks like Edward from Twilight. I just don't like, this dress would be so much better if she was in it right now, except for she'd be hanging up there.
Yes. I love you. I love you.
Upstairs, with that little nook, there's those steps going up to it.
Yeah.
Maybe have you guys sit on those steps.
Yeah.
We'll have to just squeeze in where we'll figure it out.
Two sitting and one crouching.
Yeah, something like that. Can we have you two go up top there? You sit. Yeah. And then she's gonna be right here. Can you all three squeeze in there at the top? Or yeah, that works too. Perfect. Nice. Nice.
Really hard to get the other.
I'm gonna cross in front of you real quick.
No, help yourself.
Okay, can you three on the bottom scoot this way just a tiny bit?
Put your arm there.
There you go.
It's okay, Paul.
Oh, how to stay up, buddy. There you go. Sit in your hole.
Let me dial this in real quick. Save your smiles for just a second. You're gonna do plenty of that today. Just save them for a minute. Okay, let's break out the good smiles. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Bella, Bella, Bella. I was like, perfect.
Would you all sit there for me for just a second?
Oh, I love that.
There you go. Good. I'm good. Yep.
Okay, look there. Yeah, she does not have anything on her feet.
I think it was just dropping out of
Okay.
their bags.
That's kind of cool. I like
The
that.
shot you wanted.
Yeah. I got the Simba shot. Yeah.
Oh, well,
I'm gonna have you ladies step into the tour.
I love that look. Looks really good.
do you want the lights on?
Is it super tungsten like this?
Yep.
Can we leave it off? Hey, are you cool with that?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Do you want to see what it looks like on?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Kill it. Yeah. They'll be clashing. I'm just gonna get mom. I'm gonna be right beside you here. Stay facing forward. Just turn your head straight to the left and down like you're looking right here. Turn your chin a little bit more this way, right there. And look down like right here.
Smile or no smile? Soft smile?
No smile, but not like you're gonna punch someone in the face, sort of, you know. Can you move your bangs a little bit towards your ear on this side? There you go, just so I don't lose your face. Yep, just like that, yep. Perfect. Keep your hips there. From the hips up, turn more towards me this way, like you're doing one of those ab exercises, you know. Turn this way. Hold those about belly button height, a little bit down. Right there, perfect. And you're gonna be super good smile. You're getting married in a little bit. That sort of a smile. Right there you go, perfect. Perfect. Good job.
Your directions are very easy to take.
You pick that up on the mic there? Okay, I'm gonna set these back down over there.
Okay, perfect.
And we are all good. Make sure you have some water, snack, anything you need.
Okay.
You don't want any of that later, you know, whenever it's go time.
Yep.
So.
Be good.